The Shanghai Technology Research Center hummed with futuristic energy, its glass facade shimmering under the city's neon glow. Inside robotic arms, whirred assembling intricate circuits with precision, while green and blue lights pulsed in sync with the low buzz of machinery. The sharp scent of solder and polished metal filled the air. Senator John Kennedy, a respected figure, known for his sharp intellect and dedication to progress, stepped out of a sleek black sedan and gazed up at the towering facility. The sign above read, Shanghai Tech Innovation Hub, in crisp English and elegant Chinese characters. This was no routine visit. Kennedy had arrived unannounced, driven by a passion to see the clean energy projects that could redefine global sustainability. Workers in white lab coats paused, murmuring excitedly, "The senator's here!" One young technician called out, "Senator Kennedy, welcome!" Kennedy offered his warm, disarming smile, but his mind was focused. The center was a hub of innovation, yet it was falling short of its ambitious goals. He needed to find out why. His aide Li Wei hurried beside him, clutching a tablet. "Senator, solar cell output is up 12%. Li said, swiping through data, "but we're still behind schedule. Something's slowing us down." Kennedy nodded, his keen eyes scanning the bustling halls. "Let's see the labs, Li. I want to know what's really going on." They moved through corridors, alive with activity engineers testing microchips, technicians calibrating panels, screens flashing energy metrics. Everything looked cutting-edge efficient. But near the back, by a cluttered storage area, Kennedy spotted something odd. A small figure sat on the concrete floor, hunched over a pile of discarded wires and circuit boards. It was a girl no older than 12, her dark hair in a messy bun, her hands deftly working on a cracked solar cell. Kennedy stopped. "Hold up, Li," he said, curiosity sparking. He approached his polished shoes, echoing softly. The girl wore worn jeans with patched knees and a baggy t-shirt. Her fingers moved with startling skill, soldering wires with a homemade tool. She glanced up as his shadow fell over her, her dark eyes sharp, unafraid. "What are you doing here?" Kennedy asked, his Louisiana drawl gentle but firm. The girl studied him briefly before returning to her work. "This cell still works," she said in clear English, her accent thick but precise. "Your team throws them out, but 65% of the capacity's fine. It just needs rewiring." Kennedy blinked, surprised by her fluency and technical know-how. "How do you figure that?" he asked, crouching to her level. She held up a cobbled-together device of wires and parts. "I built this to test energy output. It's accurate to 0.2 volts. Your lab wastes good materials." A security guard rushed over, flustered. "Kid, you can't be here!" he shouted in Mandarin, then, in broken English, "Restricted area." Kennedy raised a hand, his authority quiet but firm. "It's okay," he said. "I want to talk to her." The guard hesitated, then stepped back, eyeing the senator warily. Kennedy studied the girl's tools neatly arranged, a tiny soldering iron, a voltmeter, all scavenged. "What's your name?" he asked. "Zara Chen," she said, connecting a wire with steady hands. "How old are you, Zara?" 12. "Where'd you learn this?" Her hands paused, a shadow crossing her face. "I taught myself," she said softly. "If you don't fix things, you go without. I don't like going without." Kennedy's chest tightened. There was pain behind her words, a story he needed to understand. "Your parents gone," she said, her voice flat, eyes fixed on the circuit. Kennedy leaned closer. This girl wasn't just clever, she spoke English like a native and handled tech like a pro. "You taught yourself English?" he asked. "Videos, books." Whatever I could find, Zara said. English, Mandarin, Cantonese, some Japanese, and Python for coding. It helps with calculations. Kennedy's eyes widened. Python at 12. He'd met engineers who couldn't code half as well. Show me what you've got, he said, intrigued. Zara's hands moved like lightning. She stripped a wire, soldered a connection, and adjusted the cell. In minutes, it glowed faintly green. She held up her voltmeter, the reading steady. It'll power a device for 6 hours now, not trash. Kennedy inspected her work. Flawless professional. That's something else, Zara, he said. Where'd you learn to think like this? I had to, she said, her voice, low, eyes distant. Li Wei appeared, tablet in hand. Senator, the clean energy panel's waiting. Kennedy glanced at his watch, realizing he'd lost track of time, captivated by Zara. But he wasn't ready to leave. He'd spent his career championing progress, lifting up the overlooked. This girl was extraordinary. 1 minute, Lee, he said, but Zara was already packing her tools into a worn backpack, moving fast, like she was used to fleeing. Wait, Kennedy called. I want to talk more. Zara's sharp eyes met his, skeptical. Adults say that. Then forget, she said. I don't forget, Kennedy replied, his southern sincerity cutting through. I'm serious, Zara. You've got something special. She slung her backpack over her shoulder. You've got meetings. I've got work. She headed for the exit, then paused. Your lab wastes 40% of its materials. Fix that. She slipped out the back door, gone in an instant. Kennedy stood mind-racing. In minutes, a 12-year-old had shown him a solution his team missed, spoken with clarity beyond her years, and left him with questions. Senator Lee said the panel right, Kennedy said, but his thoughts were on Zara. Her eyes, too wise, too heavy for a child, stayed with him. He'd fought for fairness his whole career. This girl was a rare talent, and he wasn't letting her slip away. Zara watched from behind crates as Kennedy's car left the center. The sleek vehicles gleamed a world apart from her reality. He'd seemed different, genuine, curious, but trust was risky. She waited until the lot was empty, then crept back to the storage area. Discarded circuits, wires, a cracked tablet, trash to the lab. Treasure to her. She stuffed them into her backpack, her flashlight flickering. Her bike ride home was a rattling 10 minutes through dark alleys, her old bicycle creaking. Home was a rusty shipping container behind a deserted warehouse, hidden by weeds. Inside it was her world walls covered with sketches of solar designs and equations, a plywood desk holding her salvaged laptop. She lit a lantern, its glow softening the space, and heated noodles on a camping stove. Connecting to a weak Wi-Fi signal password, Shanghai 123, she opened a Stanford lecture on energy systems. Her notebook brimmed with ideas for better solar cells. A photo of her grandmother, Dr. Mei Chen, sat by her laptop. I miss you, Zara whispered. Mei had taught her everything, math, science, curiosity, until her death 3 years ago. Orphanages weren't safe for different kids, so Zara ran, surviving by fixing electronics.